actually, I want everybody on this call to actually feel like they can be themselves on this call. I came into this business a year ago, and I tell the story all the time, and I'm going to embed it in you guys' heads. I had been only existing for 27 years. 26 years. It wasn't until year 27 that I made the conscious decision to go on a journey to really build that fulfillment of what it is to live. And in doing so, I found out that my name, my middle name, which is Aixa, actually means alive. It means she who lives. So my goal for me, and we got to speak about everybody's goals and what they want from this call. My goal for me is to fulfill that at all costs and truly live out my bliss. And I want to help others, take that control back over their life and be able to do the same thing. So yesterday, just as a recap, we actually went over the importance of making a decision. And I know a lot of you guys did the homework. I have faith that a lot of you guys did the homework. Can somebody just type a 222 in the chat for me just to tell me that you do see the presentation, please? Perfect. That's all I need. Great. So with that being said, we went over the importance of making a conscious decision, and we learned that once we make that decision and we put that in the forefront of our conscious, of our mind, and we write it down, our life, everything around our life and the universe starts to build circumstances and situations to provide us the opportunity to fulfill that decision. And the best decision you could ever make is to become your higher sense of self. So today we're actually going to go over habits, because in order to become the best that you can be, you must know the difference between the good habits that you have, the bad habits that you have, and learn how to break that. So today's goal is going over habits and a paradigm. And I'm going to explain to you what each of these things are. So for starters, habits, a settled tendency or usual manner of behavior, an acquired mode of behavior that has become nearly or completely involuntary. So your habits are things that are so embedded in you that you do them so unconsciously that sometimes we might even not even notice what we're doing, because it's just a part of us. It has become a part of us. Now, can that change? Of course. You may hear from other people, well, this is who I am. And like that's it. Like, this is who I am. No. Again, it's about making the conscious decision to change, having the willingness to change. You can most definitely put in the efforts and accomplish changing who you are by changing your habits. So what is a paradigm? A paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior, and almost all of your behavior is habitual. You may have heard this if you're big into Bob Proctor. If you're not, I highly suggest that you listen to him. You might have heard him actually say this multiple times. Your paradigm controls your perception, your use of time, your creativity, your effectiveness, your productivity, your logic, and your ability to earn money. Your paradigm puts a box around each and every one of these aspects, and no matter how hard you try, you can't knock down the walls until you change the mental program, leading you to what is called a paradigm shift. So like I said yesterday, we can talk about the problem all day and go in circles, but it's not until we figure out the method of how to fix the problem. It's not until we are conscious about how can we fix this issue and the why that the issue starts to actually be resolved. So it's very important for you to understand that it starts all with your paradigm, with your programming. How were you programmed? We each are programmed, but where did it start? Well, your paradigm and your program starts with genetic and environmental conditioning. Your parents, your ancestors, and their DNA, as well as many of their beliefs going back generations, are embedded in you right now. And sometimes we don't even know it. You ever wake up, look at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, oh my God, I sound like my mom. I sound like my dad. Maybe some of you are parents and you told yourself, I would never do or say certain things that my parents do. And sometimes it slips. And you're like, oh my God, no, like I don't want to be that, or I do want to be that, because there's good things in our paradigm as well. There's things that we're going to want to keep, and there's things that we want to get rid of. It doesn't necessarily have to be all negative, but we are here to take the positive and enforce the positive so we can reprogram the negative. Everything you were exposed to as a child also became a part of your paradigm and in your daily life. So anything that you're consuming your time with, you're programming yourself and you don't even realize it. The music that you listen to, any media, social media, movies, the books you read, the experiences, your interactions, the people that you hang out with, the environment that you're in. A lot of us, we call New York the iron jungle, right? And someone experiencing, that's why it's so important to do what we can to travel and experience other locations in the world, because you can see and find a different way of living and different options that suit you. So sometimes we think that fast life is just, it is what it is, until you're like, hold on, maybe the grass is a little greener on the other side. Maybe my environment doesn't necessarily have to be this way. And understand that you choose these things. You choose what you listen to. You choose, who you're around and where you're located and all these things. It's a choice. And a lot of us don't understand that and don't understand how vital that is to the brain, or how the brain even functions, which is what I'm going to go over next. So in changing, so we went from what habits are, why habits are important to address, because they're important to the paradigm and our programming. So if we change the habits, we change the programming. But now, how does the mind function? You have your conscious mind, which is your intellectual mind. You have your subconscious mind, which is your emotional mind and your reactive mind. So if you don't have a pen and paper out, I highly suggest that you take one out right now, this second. It should have been out from the beginning of the call, but this is where things get technical and I don't want to lose anybody. So stay with me. So your conscious mind is your forefront part of your mind. And understand that your mind and your brain are two different things. Your brain is the physical entity that is inside of your skull. Your mind is the energy, right? Your mind is not a physical thing. Your mind is something, you are a person of creation. So your mind is a physical thing. It's not a physical thing. And I need y'all to sit with that, because some people believe that brain equals mind. No, your brain and your mind are two different things. So in your conscious mind, you have the ability and the control to choose, accept, or reject. The conscious mind involves all the things that you are currently aware of and thinking about. The subconscious mind, the emotional mind, the reactive mind, defines all reactions and atomic actions. And believe it or not, your subconscious is actually the machine that creates your physical world and your circumstances. And I want you guys to put in your mind that you will take control and accountability and responsibility for your circumstances by taking control of your conscious mind first. Because as an adult, you now have the proper developed mind or consciousness, using your receptors, your senses, to choose what you accept and what you reject in your conscious mind. Understand that once your subconscious mind receives what you put in your conscious mind, your subconscious does not recognize true or false. Everything is true once it's in your emotional state. So once the subconscious mind creates that feeling, it now flourishes into your physical world. Your subconscious mind is something that you have little to no control over, because whatever you injected into your conscious already went through the process of getting to your subconscious, and that's it. So if you told yourself today, I look like J-Lo 1,000 times, and that emotion, you feel it, you walk with it, went into your system, walking down the street, more than likely, you're going to receive J-Lo attention. If you told yourself today that you are high vibrational and you told yourself that 1,000 times, once it's in your subconscious and you feel that, that is what you're going to release, and the people around you are going to treat you that way. But this also works in the negative. If in your conscious mind, you're listening to the news, this person died, this person this, it's all negative, the world is horrible, life is terrible. Put that in your allow it to take the second step into your subconscious. You're going to be living in a gray world. Very important. So I'm going to take it slow. So here are some interesting facts about the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind records everything that goes into your conscious mind. It is always alert and awake. So even when you're sleeping, your subconscious is picking up things around you. It controls 95% of our lives. Write that number down. So whatever you're feeling controls you. Because it's your up. And remember, the feeling matters because it is your emotional mind. So if you, in your mind, tell yourself, I'm a sad person, I'm an angry person, you're going to live your life like an angry individual. But if you tell yourself, I am happy, I'm positive, that is how your life is going to be controlled. It is built on habituation, going back to your habits. So what are your habits? It speaks to you in dreams. So your subconscious is going to tell you what it is you're consuming yourself with and how it is affecting you. You're going to feel it in your dream. It has no verbal language, strictly emotional, reactive. It takes everything literally. Again, it does not know the difference between fact, opinion. It does not know the difference between true or false. Whatever hits that emotion, that is what's true, and that's what it's going to be. That is what is going to exist. And it can do 1 trillion things at once. So as many thoughts as you have is as many things you're going to feel. As many things you're going to feel is as many things are going to come into your existence. It is not logical. It's the feeling mind. It is 1 million times more powerful than the conscious mind. So if you need to take a screenshot of this, please do so now. Okay, great. So now this is the part where we're gonna get a little interesting, because you guys are gonna see, we're gonna see how steady my hand is on Wes, can you do me a favor and bring up that board where you can actually draw? So I'm gonna give you guys a visual that I learned from Bob Proctor. And this is something that you guys should, I mean, I can send you guys a video so you can have a better, I'm gonna do my best to draw it out. Let's see how this goes. So, is this a pen right here? Do I have the pen up? I lost it a little bit. You don't have to rush because we're doing good time.
Let's stop.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay, I probably got rid of it because it was annoying in my face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So guys, can you just check if you can see it? Yeah, okay, perfect. So I'm gonna do my best. I wish there was like little shapes that they could just automatically put, but so let's say this is your mind, right? This is your body. And this is exactly how he does it. It might not be as straight, but this is how every day, don't think about your brain. I want you to envision when you look at other people and you want to pick up their mind and how they feel, picture people like this. Picture their mind. This is their conscious, right? So this is, now I could type. So the top portion, over here, little guy. All right. Patience is key. Is your conscious. This is your conscious mind. The team makes fun of me because I did like 4 to 6, I want to say 5 years in college. I still struggle with spelling sometimes, but it's okay. I'm not ashamed. I blame technology, but I take accountability at the same time. How do I censor this? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, perfect. So this is your conscious mind. And then this down here, I know. Okay, this is your subconscious. Perfect. Perfect. Now, this little bar kills me sometimes. Let me bring this down. All right, perfect. So now I really want you to visualize this with me, guys, because I know everybody learns differently. I want you to understand this. When you were a child, this block did not, I know. How do I undo it? I can't even undo it. Can I undo it? I feel like Wes is my tech support. Oh, wow. Genius. Love it. This is perfect. All right, great. So now this is my way. Great.
Crack from the green. Oh.
Perfect. All right, now we're talking. This is practice makes perfect. Okay. So you have a whiteboard at home. The ideal thing is to actually draw this at home. So when you were a child, that top part didn't exist. So I know it's gone. So whatever was going in through your senses, hear, touch, smell, right? You had no control over this. So it created your reality. Children Unfortunately, they're receptors. That's why we call them sponges. That's why you may find that there's certain things you're working to unteach yourself, but you don't fully understand why. So your receptors or your five senses. Important to keep in mind, because you ever smell something, you can literally probably like smell your grandma, or it takes you back to a memory of your mom, or it takes you to a negative. Honestly, sense, touch, feel, all those things could even trigger trauma that you're unaware of. Yeah, you have to be very conscious of now on a day-to-day. What are you smelling? Where are you, like if you're in your work atmosphere and you're smelling something all the time, or and remind be mindful of those things, because you're gonna attach that situation, that memory to that. So children, if you have children right now, a lot of us feel like, oh, they don't know, they don't understand what I'm saying. Everything you do around a child is going to affect them, and they're going to carry that on into adulthood. And then they're going to have to reprogram themselves just like us. So my goal is to raise a feline from the womb. From the moment she comes out, she's so aware of her powers that she doesn't have to do so much reprogramming unless she wants to as an adult. Now we are now adults, so we actually can control this. We can choose. And the reason why I made that transparent at this point is because, like I said, this is our gray area. We choose this. And this is your body. Your body is important because that's where the system goes. That is literally where the system goes. The feelings, the emotion, it comes into your body. And now, whatever you allowed down here into your heart, that is your circumstance. You just created your circumstance. For some of you who don't know this, in I Am Mastery Academy, we actually receive mentorship for Bob Proctor. And I believe it's only $25, $30 a month. His mentorship is almost identical to the mentorship that he provides to the world for like thousands of dollars. And you know how I know? Because I've been called by one of their representatives, and their his classes are like anywhere from 7,000 to 1,000, depending on how long or what it is that you're working on. So if you have not invested in yourself that much, then I highly suggest that you go to Go Live. You go to Bob Proctor, I think it's something MMX or something like that, mentorship, and you subscribe. You're gonna see this image a lot. So again, copy this image, because this, again, we're starting slow, but because we're gonna go into the senses, we're gonna go into higher faculties later on. So let me take this out. Perfect. So now let's get back to, so now we know about the subconscious and the conscious mind. Now let's talk about habits. What do we need to attack for this change? We must attack our habits. I was not able to wake up at 4 a.m. a year ago. 9 a.m. was like, 8 a.m. was hard for me, and I didn't have energy. I have worked my way up to 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and it took time. Now I've built the ability to wake up at 4 a.m., of course, depending on how the night before went. but 4 a.m. is my ideal goal too, because it gives me time to do my morning routine in quiet peace without the world, go to the gym, and then open myself to other energies. with that being said, how long will it take to break a habit? A lot of us say, oh yeah, 21 days, because that's all you need to break a habit. That's not true. That's not true. Research says, yes, it can go, you can do 21 days. Other research has found it can take 66 days. Others have found that it can vary anywhere from 18 to a whopping 254 days. Why? It depends on you. It depends on your willingness, your consistency, your discipline, your persistence, your belief. And honestly, it depends on when was the program instilled. Because let's be real, breaking down 28, I'm 28 right now, breaking down 28 years of a generation. And this is where breaking a generational curse actually starts. That's what that means. So breaking down 28 years and then decades before that, and then decades before that, of how the women in my family thought that we should be as women, that's gonna take probably a lifetime. That's gonna take my lifetime, and then I'm gonna have to tell my child, like, these are the things that you gotta break. You understand? But that comes with awareness. So how to break this habit? Again, control what you accept and what you feed your conscious mind. Also, control your stress levels and your feelings. Your stress levels create your feelings. Again, what we spoke about yesterday, meditation, deep breathing, do feel good things. Identify and become aware of what your bad habits are. And then instantly, don't carry that awareness, because all of us know, oh yeah, my toxic trait, like those posts on Instagram drive me nuts, because people now, what they're doing, instead of saying my toxic trait is this, I'm gonna fix it, you know what they're doing? Ha ha, my toxic trait is this. And then we post about it, and what is that doing? That's saying I'm okay with being the same person that I was yesterday. That's what you're telling the world. You're telling the world that you glorifying your own toxic trait. Now we're glorifying toxic trait, which is another distraction on social media, right? So as soon as you identify and are aware of this, what's the positive thing to my negative that I can replace that with? Keep track of your habits. Journal, read, listen to audio, program, use your senses, in nature, touch good things, process, download, purge. That's the system, that's the cycle. You're gonna download, and as you download, you purge. What did I teach you that purge was yesterday? Releasing, letting go, shedding, killing off, literally killing off something specifically. So as you download positive, you release negative. That is even the cycle of breathing. That's the cycle of life. That is the cycle of photosynthesis. Fill your tank of positive things that raise your moods and vibration for longer periods of time. No more temporary highs or escapes. And I really want to go into this. So a lot of us, we got a long day of work. We feel like, okay, how do I release my load now? I'm going to release my load. I'm going to go drink, or I'm going to, get high, or we could be honest and real on this call. And in all reality, those feelings are momentarily. And then when you're off that feeling, you either feel worse because you just put yourself in a lower vibration, because those are low vibrational things, or the void comes back because you never addressed the situation. You never sat there and did the work, because it takes work. It's a business. You are a walking business. Right? Even sex. If you're not using sex the proper way, if you're using sex to escape and you're using it for a temporary high, then you're definitely not using it for a high vibrational sense, for that like that transcending sexual energy, for the proper thing, which is another whole other training to talk about. or you're not even seeking intimacy and you're not building that spirituality. And another big thing about sex is that you consume, like once you allow that person and you allow that exchange of energy, whatever that person is feeling, going through, doubting, positive or negative, you start to consume it yourself. So be mindful of these things. Awareness is key. Awareness, awareness, conscious, conscious, awareness, conscious. I'm going to repeat those words because those are the things that you need, that when you're walking, consciousness, awareness, what's happening here, what's happening there, what am I thinking, how am I feeling every day. And I'm going to teach you how to remind you that of your, keep a reminder of that. So the best way, for a lot of you are thinking like, I struggle with negative thoughts, I struggle with taking the way I think out of my system. The best two ways are affirmations and affirmations. What is an affirmation? The practice of positive thinking and self-empowerment, fostering a belief that a positive mental attitude supported by affirmations will achieve success in anything. An affirmation are empowering questions that immediately change your subconscious thought patterns from negative to positive. So for example, if I know that I am a bad student and I want to get this out of my system, I look myself in the mirror and I say, wow, why am I so good at being a student? If I know that I'm bad at losing weight, wow, why is this so easy for me to burn off fat? You're reprogramming. You're taking, so the best way to do is write down your flaws and then say the opposite. Say the opposite. Say the opposite every day. I feel like I skipped a no, I didn't. Oh wow, perfect. We're at the end. So another thing, repetition is key. Don't think that you're going to break this overnight. Like I said yesterday, the way your attention span works. Let's get back to the drawing board again. Let me see what I could do. Help me out. Because I'm gonna give you a visual so you can keep this visual on your mind and show you how your paradigm works. Down here. Yeah, it was in my way. I couldn't take it. All right, perfect. You can leave it on that. All right. So the way your paradigm works is you're working to stay in a straight line. But then your paradigm feels that change and it starts to deviate. Even your attention tries to go back. Then you're going to put in work. You're going to try to get back to it. Then you're going to deviate. Then you're going to be, this is your awareness line right here. That awareness point brings you back to that conscious state. And it brings you back to the good habit. Your paradigm is going to continue to try its best to deviate because it's like, no, you're doing the wrong thing. This is not what we're used to. This is uncomfortable. This is not what I like. How do I get the pen back? Because I had to let somebody in and it kind of took me out. I didn't even touch it. If you're unmuted, yes, thank you. All right. Got you. So again, this is when you decide, oh, I just caught myself. I call myself, my body feels uncomfortable because this is not what I'm used to doing. This is you're thinking about it, your thoughts. And you're like, nah, we got to go back to the positive. We got to go back. We got to go back. And you're going to keep fighting this until you finally break this wall. So I want you guys to think about it like the market, like trading. That's literally what, like if we get specific, that's literally what trading is. Trading is you're trading other people's emotions. It's an up and down situation. So how does that connect? That connects to this. And you always got to pay attention to what you're feeling. What is it that I'm feeling? Keep track of what you are feeling. Right? So I'm going to stop sharing this. We're going to go back to the slides. I'm going to give you guys homework, and then I'm going to stop the recording, and I'll give you guys some time to chit chat. All right, perfect. So, homework. Identify and journal, because you should have a journal, your bad habits or flaws. Create affirmations and affirmations to replace these things. Journal good qualities, strengths, and habits you already have. Because maybe you have some positive habits that you don't even realize that you can take that, like that, how that, like that mindset that you put yourself in for that habit. You can literally take that and transmute it to the negative. But since we're so unconscious, we don't even take the time to look at it or perceive things that way. Now, this is actually what started my journey, and I can actually prove it to you guys. So I'm going to show you right now. And this, I believe, I want to say, I got this from Tony Robbins. Set habit reminders. For example, raise your vibration, celebrate, stop, show gratitude, tell 3 people you love them. So in my phone, I have it that on every hour of the hour, I'm gonna stop sharing. Every hour of the hour, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I could do this better. Hold on. All right, yes, perfect. So every hour, well, you can see the little marks, and then I'll read it to you guys. So every hour on the hour, I receive a reminder to my phone, and it catches my attention. And I have 2 things. I have my positive qualities, and then I have a vibration check. So they come opposite. So let's say at 11, I receive my vibration check. So it literally says vibrate high. So it says vibration check. Vibrate high and celebrate. Celebrate your life. Celebrate the goal that you might not see in your circumstance right now, but you know it's coming because you believe that it's coming. And we're going to talk about belief and why that's important throughout this week. And then on the opposite hour, I receive a message, a reminder that says, it's a reminder that I am loving, passionate, inspiring, ambitious, resilient. Why? Because if I remind myself of those things, let's say 2 seconds ago, I almost let a human body, I say body because if they were in their spiritual mind, they wouldn't be able to take me there. A human body, I got into my human form and I almost let a human body not allow, trigger me to not step into my loving, passionate, inspiring, ambitious, resilient ways. It's going to bring me back. Or let's say I was feeling down about myself on that hour and my energy is depleting. That's a reminder, like, catch yourself. You have a choice. we are taking responsibility of our consequences, guys. So with that being said, I'm actually going to open up the floor. I'm gonna give you guys time to share your homework from yesterday for those who have it. And whoever wasn't on the call or couldn't make the call yesterday, I'm gonna allow you guys to share what it is that you would like to receive from this particular call. Have you seen my laptop charger? And let me stop the recording.